Hello, I'm Mike,
Welcome. I'm DJ.
and this is
Sometimes we smoke. First episode, baby. Pilot
episode.
test.
Yes,
We are here
in the shed,
in our shed that we painted the back wall.
stained the back wall.
That's true. It's a stain.
It's much easier.
What was the thing called? It was a dark.
Dark oak?
No,
No, we changed it twice though.
Honey maple.
What? No, it was not.
No,
that.
it's not.
Well, we picked something before, and then I said, "Let's get the cheaper one," and then we got the cheaper one, and I forgot what the name of it was.
We got a pine.
I thought it was
for
dark
like $10.
something.
Yeah.
Dark abyss.
Anyway, we are here. We're psyched. We're happy.
Yes.
Intro episode. We're just gonna go over about ourselves today. I mean,
Yeah.
not too much going on. Just a pilot test of the audio and the visual, and
Talk about what we're smoking, what we're drinking.
that is, even before we go any further, let's talk about what we got on the table right here next to us, Mikey. What do you got over there?
I have a Camacho Connecticut Robusto. I've never had this before. Actually, usually don't smoke cigars like this. It's a little bit lighter, but it is a mild medium. It has a Honduras Connecticut wrap, filler Dominican Republic Honduras, and the binder is a Honduran Corojo. Is that how you say it? Corojo?
Nailed it.
Look at me. Cigar master.
Aficionado.
So, yeah, I figured something light because, well, that's just what I grabbed out of my humidor. So, it is what it is.
Sometimes it is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm excited. It has a really cool label on it. So,
And they have some of the larger labels.
yeah, and I'm a big fan of if you look good, you're gonna do well. That's how I how I dress. I may not be good at, let's say, golf. I like to look good when I'm golfing, but I'm not a very good golfer. But at least I look like I am.
If you look good, you're having fun, baby.
That's right.
That's perfect. Over here, I have the Drew Estates Undercrown Shade Connecticut wrapper. One of my favorites. Always super light, very smooth. It goes with, really, I feel, just about anything to drink with. Beer, IPAs, I like it because it's creamy and smooth.
Mm-hmm.
But even whiskeys and bourbons, it'll add that smoothness to something that's a little more bold, like a whiskey.
Okay.
So for me personally, coffee, I've tried coffee a couple of times. I'm not a big coffee guy, but I have dabbled. So this is one of my favorite ones. I think it goes with just about anything.
So we're about the same level of lightness, probably.
Yeah, I think this
So
is
this
considered
beer
a
probably
medium.
will work well with this.
I think so.
All right.
I
good.
think so. And like you said earlier, these beers are not getting any colder.
Yeah, they've been on here, and I'm a big beer guy. Anybody out there who knows me, so this is upsetting me. I like them ice cold. So we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna cut them up, light them up, pour them up, and then we'll be right back.
Be right back. Thanks.
Hey, we're back.
We are back. Mike,
What?
before we get into the stogies, talking about them,
Okay.
we completely neglected to bring up what it was that we were drinking.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even talk about it, not even for a second.
That's true. I could show.
We got so excited to light these.
I
bad
could show
boys.
the fam real quick. What we got here.
Bring it up to a little bit. You think we can-
Let's just show them.
lean in.
See that? That is Alien Church from Tired Hands in Ardmore, PA, a little outside of Philly area. It's probably one of the best breweries in all of the Eastern Coast. So check them out if you like hazies.
Tiny hands.
No, not Tiny Hands. It's Tired Hands. I know you like to call it Tiny Hands.
Oh, sorry.
But, yeah, they make all great beers. Stouts, sours, pilsners, porters. But they make very good New England hazies. So go out there and get yourself a beer.
Nailed it.
All right.
Nailed it. You said before in the intro that this was your first time smoking one of these Camachos. Thoughts, feelings?
So far, I like it. It is very light. I like a full, medium full. I just like that dark.
You just want those flavors to just smack your palate.
I want it to just knock me out. I want to faint.
Fuck
I want
me
to
up,
faint
dude.
from it. Yeah,
Fuck me
exactly.
up.
Yeah. So yeah, this is pretty good. It's definitely good for a beer because sometimes those full cigars with beers like these does not really pair very well, and I can understand why people would drink like scotch and bourbon with those full cigars instead, or red wine or stuff like that.
Never been a big wine guy myself. I don't know what it is.
I wouldn't call myself a wine guy, but I do appreciate a good red wine. I don't like white wine or like Rieslings or whatever. Isn't that what your mom, Riesling? Is that what your mom usually has?
I think yes.
Yeah, right?
I think so. I don't know much about wine. I got married at a winery.
That's true.
And I don't know shit about wine. I do know that there was a white Chardonnay, or I guess is that white?
Yeah, Chardonnay. Yeah, Chardonnay's a white. Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know, viewers. Comment. Let us know.
One of like the most basic, well-known names of wine. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. There was a white that I liked there. I don't know what it is about the red. It's just, I don't think they taste bad. I think it has to do with the smell. When the smell hits my nose before I drink it, I'm already kind of like turned off about it.
It's kind of, a red wine is like kind of like stale too. It kind of has like that chalky staleness to it. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's sweet also, so it's a little strange.
I don't get.
Acquired taste. I mean, it's acquired taste. I bet if you were like, all right, I'm just gonna drink red wine for the next month, you might just end up liking it, just be out of repetition.
I mean, I guess so. If I want to really force myself, I mean, I don't really need to.
Well, let's lead it this way. Okay, you're in a deserted shed, and all there is just wine in here, and cigars, but wine, and water, I guess too. Okay.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Anything else?
You're gonna have water. I mean, then you weren't gonna survive on wine.
That's true.
But you would drink it. You'd be like, oh, you do a little bit at first, but you'd probably grow to like it. Just repetition.
A lot of times, I drink to get drunk.
It's true. You drink for the effect.
Yeah, I don't need to necessarily be like sloshed and
Right.
falling over.
The buzz.
Yeah, I enjoy the buzz, dude. Like, to me, like, this IPA is very good, nice and smooth.
Yeah, this is a.
With a hint of, is this the Citra hops?
I don't know if there's citrus in this. They didn't say it on this one, but
it has a little.
It's probably they call them cheater hops.
Okay.
So which is like the main hops is like Citra. Actually, I can't even think of the other ones.
I feel it's not that it is
Strata.
actually fruity, but it has that nice light
Citrusy kind of like tang to it.
Right.
And this is a. I don't know why the percentage isn't on here. I'm gonna go with saying this is probably 6.5 or 7% ABV. So it's like a middle of the road typical IPA. It's not too heavy, but it's heavy enough where you're not drinking Bud Lights.
Yeah, that's true.
So one of these equivalents is like.
Where's it going? I was going somewhere. I was on a road. I was on a path.
I don't know, dude.
I was
You
going
better
down.
find it.
IPAs, beers. I don't know shit about wine. Yeah, I lost it. It's gone. It's gone. Oh, but you know what? So the start of this, Underground Shade, I've had many of these. The beginning is always smooth. I'm excited to get more into it because that's where a little more, it's like a creaminess comes in. It is a little bit at the start, I feel like, but I feel like it really amps up at the second, third.
Okay.
But again, like usual, these are one of my go-tos, and it never disappoints. This one either.
I know you've had. I don't know if that particular one, but I've seen that label look like that label with the logo on it. If you had it, but I know I mentioned you and Dustin. Shout out Dustin. Has mentioned those before, but the only Drew Estate I've ever had was that Java one. Remember, I told you it was like coffee.
Yes. Yeah.
Which was pretty good. It was like a size 4 box cut, probably about like a 50 length. Or am I doing this up? The 4.
I heard when
I'm
you
doing this
said
wrong. Wait,
size
no.
4, I knew it was happening.
No,
I was
no. What I meant to say, what I was trying to say. We'll cut that.
No, it's staying.
No. We're gonna cut that out.
100%.
Don't worry. Nobody's gonna see this. So what I meant. So it's like 40. So like a 45, I guess, would be the size.
The ring gauge.
The ring gauge. That's what it is. Ring gauge, and then the length was like probably a 4.5, 5, like Robusto style.
Okay.
I mean, it was okay. I smoked it at night after work at like 9:30. I was like,
was this on the night when it rained?
No, this wasn't the rain night, but it was just
okay.
It was just a night. It was when it was starting to get chilly, so it was recent. It was in like the past 2 weeks.
Oh, dude, I love it. It's starting to get chilly.
And it was good, and I'm smoking. I'm like, oh, this is good, but this is more like an afternoon smoke with a coffee, or even like a dark beer, like a stout.
I wonder, like a lot of people do espressos after
Yeah.
dessert. It's
it would work with that. It would work with that because it had that kind of like that coffee bean flavor to it. And I didn't dislike it, but it also made me more awake, even though it didn't have caffeine in it. But
Would that be
mentally, it made me feel like I was drinking coffee.
Would that be too much coffee? If you have the Java Stogie along an espresso.
No, so yeah, I wouldn't smoke. You know what? Maybe now that I think about it, I'd probably smoke that with like a stout beer, because that would be a good mismatch. Because a lot of stouts use coffee flavors in them, or even a porter. I mean, or even a wine. A red wine would work with that, but it wouldn't pair with a beer. I'd feel like
the whole
it would be
experience.
disgusting. I'd probably throw it out or something.
Oh, okay. Well, I think for now we'll smoke
that.
on these a little bit.
Like that acid. Remember
Once,
the other day?
oh, I remember your experience.
I didn't
remember
even
my
finish
first
it.
acid experience too.
Not this acid cigar. I bought it because it looked cool, you know. And then I brought it over here, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, do you know about those?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "They're like flavored, sweet, and like candy." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And like, it's not what I wanted. So I let it sit, and then we were working on this here, and I was like, "Whatever, I'll just smoke this now, just because I don't really care. We're doing shit." Not only was it like very candy tasting, which wasn't horrible. I was like, okay, this is all right, whatever, you know. It was burning weird, and
that's
then
right.
and then you saw it was like had some like spiral. It wasn't burning correctly. The wrapper wasn't burning. I only smoked like it was at this length,
It like tunneled
and then
real
it was
bad.
this length that I had to just be done with it. I couldn't even smoke it anymore. It wasn't even pulling. It was fucked up. It's wrapped like shit, and
I remember my acid story.
not that acid story.
No. We don't do that here. It was one of my first times going into a tobacco shop in general, because I've only been to like in this area. There's not a lot of cigar lounges, but we do have some like smoke shops. So they'll have vape shit.
Yeah.
They'll have pipe tobacco. They have all kinds of stuff. It's never just really like a cigar spot.
I'm gonna make a point
Those are more
after
rare.
you're done. I remember. Keep going.
It was like my second time. I walked in, big wall, a bunch of cabinets on the humidor, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just gonna grab shit ton of different shit, you know?
Right.
So I grabbed about 5 sticks, and then one of them was acid. I was like, I've seen these somewhere. I've heard the name before. I don't know anything about them. But I don't
It
know
looks cool.
I don't know anything about any of the cigars that I just
Cool
got.
name.
Exactly. I was
Cool
like,
looking
acid.
label. It's kind of like has that like oil spill color.
Right.
You
Exactly.
know, oil slick or whatever that is, right?
I get home. I'm in my backyard over here. I light that bad boy up. Take that first hit, and I felt like I drank vape juice. I don't know if anyone else has ever dabbled in vaping. I used to smoke cigarettes, and I used vaping to quit smoking and back and forth, whatever. I no
Melted
longer
Skittles.
I don't smoke cigarettes or vape anymore, any of that stuff. But anyone who's ever done it, and you get some of that vape juice up through the mouthpiece onto your lips, and you're just like spitting it out, and it was like that for the first third. After that, after I finally sucked all the flavor out of it, out of the cap at least, it was okay. But it was just too much of a punch of like this fruity flavored wrap, and I really, the best part was I did not know that's what it was.
I know.
So it's surprised. I'm out here by myself trying to grill, and I'm like, what the fuck? This cannot be the world of cigars. I was
I'm
like, what
so
the
glad
fuck?
that you told me, because I would have been pissed if we're like, oh, can I have a good cigar today? I'm like, yeah, I got the acid, and you're like, oh, it's a good one.
You're gonna love this one, buddy.
The biggest waste of time. I would have took one, I would have thrown it out. Well, remember what was the one that I had? It was the Deadwood Tobacco Company. They do the Sweet Jane. JB had the Sweet Jane, but I had a different one. But it's
Yeah.
still remember we looked it up. It's a flavored cap.
Yeah, yep.
And that wasn't so bad because it wasn't so strong. Just the cap. It was just the cap. It was just a little bit, but it still tasted like a normal, like a medium cigar, right? Run of the mill. It's not like the smoke tasted like vape juice. Just a little bit of the cap on my lips, which it wasn't great, but way better than the acid. At least it burned normally.
Yeah,
That was the biggest problem with the acid. I couldn't even. Even if the fact that I didn't like it, I was like, whatever. I'm gonna smoke it anyway because I bought it. You know, it was fucking $11 or whatever, which is
Yeah,
way.
you're gonna
It
smoke
should
it.
be half that,
Right.
especially the way it was wrapped, or whoever wrapped it, or the machine, or I don't know how it was
That
made.
was unfortunate. Your experience was a little different because it didn't burn well at all either.
Yeah, we're outside here talking.
First it
I'm
was
like,
tunneling, Then it would turn into a canoe.
Then
and
the
you
wrapper
tried to
didn't
fix
burn.
it, and then it just kept tunneling.
I'm
Yeah,
just
it was
going around
weird.
burning the wrapper just so it can keep up, and it just.
I've actually never had as bad as that was. I haven't had that happen to me yet, at least.
Well, I hope it never happens again.
All right, well, let's take a break right now. We're gonna smoke these once we get into the second, third. We'll be back, and we'll talk about thoughts and feelings on that so far.
Sounds
Stay
good.
tuned.
Yeah, I could leave the mic all the way over here and you can still hear me.
Yeah. We got it.
I got that new.
I got
that
this
new.
old boy.
It's old piece of shit.
Anyway, we're back into the second, third. Mr. Mike, what do you got?
This, like I was just telling you before, this might be the best mild, medium, lighter cigar I've ever had. Typically, they don't do much for me because I guess I'm so used to smoking fulls and medium fulls.
We talked about like in
Yeah, I like to
15 a.m.
ram that flavor into my mouth. Flamer.
How can you say that?
Oh boy.
I will see.
All right. Anyway, yeah, this is nice. It's light. It's perfect for a beer like this, or any lager or hazy type beer, because it's not overpowering, and it pairs well. I like it. I'm a fan. I'm definitely gonna buy it again. I'm definitely gonna buy probably all of those Camachos. They have like a 4 or 5 sampler different styles
Yeah, I've
they
had
make.
only a couple of theirs. That one, and then the one with the red band.
Yeah,
as well.
this one's the. You want to see? Cool band. I'll get nice and big. Oh shit. The mic wanted to go up my ass.
Okay.
Anyway, Deej, what about you?
For me, I mean, it's always a great experience with this one. Got to the second, third. The creaminess came out, but it's a little more. I'm still not good at describing what I'm tasting, what I'm feeling. My palate is like, I'm still pretty new.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, it's like creamy, but forward. It's like a forward creaminess. It's not full, like a full cigar.
What do you mean forward?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how to describe it. Damn
Well,
it.
You can do a little better
It's
than that.
not a smooth, creamy. It's like, it's a forward. What do you, I don't know how else to fucking describe it, Mike. I said it's forward, damn it. It's forward.
Look, hey, the viewers probably don't understand either.
They definitely
Unless
understand.
if they do, then
Someone who's smoked more than
here's the thing.
5 cigars than
I
will
don't understand, and I need it to be dumbed down. Like I've never like a cigar. Oh, like in a cartoon, you know, like.
Well, I'm not here for you. I'm here for them. So anyone who wants to watch, you know what I'm talking about.
Forward flavor.
Put hashtag FU Mike in the comments.
I like that. Forward, yes, it's got forward flavor. I really don't know what you mean.
That's okay. I don't know how to, I mean, I don't know how else to describe
I'll
it.
think about it later. You know, maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know.
It's good.
I'm a
It's
slow
good
learner.
thing. It's a good thing. You're slow. I'm slow. I was in lower English and maths all throughout high school.
I had to take English 1 twice in high school.
That's true.
It wasn't really because I didn't know what I was doing. It's because
You weren't there.
I just wouldn't do the work.
Yeah. No, that's a little different.
Yeah, but it's way more fun when you're, not in class. You go into other people's classes. That's more fun.
You were just a high school hooligan.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a, what do they call him? A little bit of a class clown.
Oh my god.
I'm even like a real life clown, too. I don't know if that's something to be proud of.
What is that? What are they? I was a bit of a class clown. Maybe even a real life clown. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It means I don't take a lot of things seriously.
That's
I guess.
okay. As they say, life's too short to ever take it seriously.
Who says that?
It's
They?
a proverb.
Oh, wow.
Proverb. Jefferson's 9-2.
Oh, wow. Jeez, this is in the Bible.
I don't know if that's a Bible quote.
Is it Jefferson?
I
What do, you,
didn't
what,
see
do you, what do you do like a name like that, an old name with a couple numbers? Isn't it supposed to be a
I was literally thinking about the cartoon, the
Oh,
Jeffersons, when I said that.
proverb? Proverb is Bible, right?
No, proverb is like
Wait, I thought the proverb was a
no, it's
Bible
like
thing.
the proverb of the day. It's some like deep saying.
But isn't that doesn't
No,
doesn't that
those are
mean
Bible sayings.
Bible proverbs?
Well, it could be a proverb without it being religious. I
But isn't it
believe.
like well, the Bible's supposed to be like the first written thing, so technically the Bible's first, right?
What does that have to do with Proverbs?
Well, I mean, if proverb came from the Bible, then
I don't
it's
know that they came
referring
from.
to.
I personally don't think that.
I just heard it. I've heard it before, in reference to a Bible verse or something. I think I could be wrong. I don't know. I just have a feeling that it has something to do with the Bible.
I'm having difficulties getting.
Yeah, I can see.
Because it's like rounded.
You got nails.
There's no. Yeah, but there's no. I need a lead.
Just smoke the
or an edge.
Just smoke the label. Fuck it. Probably tastes good.
Yeah.
A little ink, you know. Oh, that was
an acorn nailing the roof of the shed.
This is what happens when you're in a shed, people. What you did miss was the train going by. Maybe next time you'll hear it.
Yeah, there's a train that frequents my backyard.
Yeah, it's like 1 block away.
It's like one property plot.
1 proverb away. Come on. No, that wasn't good?
You know, I thought...
Real life clown, you know?
I thought initially this would be really fun with me and you.
Ladies and gentlemen, next week there's probably going to be another co-host. This is the first and last time I'm here.
Well, my mom on, she knows about Chardonnay, and she'll understand what forwardness is in a flavor.
If she's here, I can't be here. She's just going to yell at me all the time. Right.
Why'd she yell at you?
I don't know. She's like, you jackass, idiot, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, you said you're a real life clown, so I feel like that it would be fitting.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's true. Even before I became a real life clown, I was still a jackass. According to Mama B.
God, I love these so much, dude.
Wait, these episodes or the cigar?
Well, we actually haven't done a single episode yet. This is the plot.
We did do
Pilot.
We did do a pre-pilot that we will maybe one day release after we get to like 100 episodes or something.
Which is a bunch of 10-minute episodes of us screwing everything up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I mean, we just saw that the iPhone's 4K camera might be doing a better job than what we're currently
Yeah, our little
using.
LG webcam camera is, it works.
It works. I mean, you can see us enough. I don't have my glass. I have astigmatism. I'm trying to see. We'll
I'll
figure
get that
that
checked out.
I did. That's how I know I have astigmatism.
Oh, right. That's a good point.
I went to an eyeball specialist.
Eyeball specialist. Huh? Is that? Oh, wow.
That's the official term.
Optometrist.
I didn't know what. I didn't mean ophthalmologist.
Because I have bad eyes, so I go see the optometrist all the time.
I know it's not an ophthalmologist though.
Actually, I actually scratched my cornea once. Remember that? Senior year of high school. I had to wear an eye patch for.
I don't
2
remember
days.
that. For
How
some
do you
reason,
not remember that? I literally wore an eye patch for like 2 days of school.
it's only 2 days though. We've spent.
I mean,
we've literally known each other since we were this big playing t-ball together.
don't forget Cub Scouts.
And Cub Scouts, yes.
Troop 89.
I have no fucking idea.
I think it was 18. I think it was 89.
Are you just putting our birth year there?
No. I just remember it was like maybe it was 189. Anyway,
I don't know. I still have my soapbox, my downhill
I know. I wish I still had
soapbox
those.
car.
I came in second place one year. Should have been first, but remember Eric Mack?
Oh,
They cheated. He used the same soapbox. This was the third year. They finally used a new one that I came in second. But the second year, they got their gold revoked because they used the one from the year prior and they just painted over it. Then you make a new one. Fucking cheaters.
Wow, thrilling at 7 years old.
Yeah. I mean, Eric Mack seemed like a pretty good kid. It's probably his dad's fault.
You're just going first and last names here, huh?
Yeah, I want the people to know. I've seen that kid since elementary school, so I'm curious what he did with those victories. Maybe they're on his resume. I don't know. Three-time soapbox derby champion.
Back to back. Cub Scouts.
Asterisks on the second one.
Soapbox derby champ.
Those were exciting. My dad was really excited. I mean, that was like he brought. I remember he took mine and brought it to work into the machine shop, and they were taking pieces of metal and putting it in there because he wanted the perfect weight.
Then?
No, that's what you're supposed to do.
No, the kid was supposed to do it, Mike.
Well, I was with him, and he was just yelling at me at the time. But I was present.
You watched him
what
fabricate and make this.
You know what my job was? Hand me that. No, not that. That. That's like how it went. I don't know. I'm sorry for yelling.
You're just mad because you cheated, and someone cheated better.
No. I didn't cheat. You think Eric Mack made that thing? You should have saw it. It was like looked like a laser fucking cut it. You think Eric Mack did that? I keep saying Eric Mack.
Yeah.
We'll cut that. We're gonna cut that. We'll
we're gonna have to cut this whole fucking section, dude. I don't know. Can you add a beat, like some cusses?
We're gonna need a soundboard.
Yeah, that's that's actually something I meant to talk to you. This is a practice thing. Like no addresses, no full names. Let's not do any of that stuff.
Well, it depends on who it is. Like we could say like
unless it's
we could blurt out full names of people we don't care about. You know. I'm trying to think of someone that, like. I can't think of it. Later episode, I'll blurt out some names of some people that suck. You know.
Yeah, this thing was so good. But you know what? I think we're gonna have to wait here until we get into the final thoughts of the whole thing. I need to grab myself another beverage.
Yeah, I gotta take a piss. Actually,
this is a great time.
I'm not gonna do this on the
out.
podcast, so I'll come back piss free.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And we'll be back.
We will be back. All right.
And here we are.
We're back.
Final thoughts coming in. New beers filled up. I'm looking for something a little lighter this time. I have a busy weekend. It is my sister's wedding, so I have to kind of take it a little easy this whole week. I just want to make sure I'm in tip-top shape for the wedding. I can get there, get hammered, make a fool of myself. But the thing is, I want to feel fine.
And the wedding's on Sunday, which is
when
a
I
little
get there.
Strange. Because people work on Monday. Well,
yeah. Well, that's
what I
what.
mean?
Also, you see you get like the best deals on a lot of venues is like on a Friday or
That's a
on a
good point.
Sunday.
That's a good point.
I mean, Saturday is like one of the most obvious days for it.
It's true.
But I've heard a lot of really good things about this venue and stuff. I'm super excited to see it. Apparently, they have like a fire.
How far away? Like
an
an hour? Or
I think it's within an hour. Maybe it's like 45 minutes or so.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Are you going Saturday and staying?
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So
what
we gotta be there for
your
the
brother was
rehearsal.
telling me.
We gotta go for all the rehearsal shit and all that stuff's on Saturday. It's actually earlier on Saturday. This is the most dangerous part. Is
Dangerous.
There's a lot of people that are not staying that Saturday night, so they're traveling Saturday to be there for the rehearsal and the rehearsal dinner, and they're going back home. So they're having it earlier, so people aren't like leaving late and then trying to have to come back like early the next day, whatever. But for us that are staying Saturday night, that leaves a wide window of drinking for hours and hours and hours.
That's true.
So all this, like, I'm barely like 2 beers tonight. That's it. I haven't drank for like the 5 days leading up till now. I just want to make sure I'm completely fine because as you get older, hangovers last multiple days.
And you know, you have to have a couple beers now, kind of get the tolerance. You know, you can't go too long.
That's not a thing. I know, dude. We're in our 30s now. Hangovers last multiple days.
A little bit.
But I do all of this prepping to make sure I feel good for it, and then come to rehearsal, I'm just probably gonna end up getting bombed anyway. I'm gonna be super hungover.
That's true. And you're not in the wedding now, so like you kind of have free reign,
which is
a little bit better. The last 2 weddings for me was Dustin's wedding and your wedding, so we're in the wedding, so we had a lot of shit to do.
That's true. I'm trying to think. What was the wedding that I was at before Dustin's wedding?
Oh, you went to one of your wife's friends' weddings, right?
I'm going to assume so.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was, because I vaguely remember it. Well, actually, I was at another wedding after Dustin's wedding. I was my cousin's wedding.
Wasn't that last weekend?
Yeah, was that last week? Or that was 2 weeks ago?
Oh, was it too?
2 weeks ago. But I also didn't go too crazy at first, because I was with my dad, you know, and I hung out with him, and my dad doesn't drink, so like kind of hung around with him for the first half, and then he's like, all right. So this wedding was like about 15 minutes from my aunt's house, where the venue is for my cousin was getting wedding. So my dad drove us, and he's like, I'm gonna go home, and I was like, all right, because we went out afterwards, and once he left, it turned into a drinking fest.
Yeah, how it should.
But my cousin is in his mid-20s, so
young buck.
My other cousin is our age. My cousin Brendan, I was telling you about, and you know, even he's like, oh, I can't handle it. But like we had to keep up. I mean, we're men, you know. We gotta show a little. My younger cousin Derek, you know, we used to call him little bones. You know, he was little skinny bones. We used to make him go off the big jumps when he couldn't on the BMX bike.
When they clearly weren't ready for it yet.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. He would do all the things that we would do, and he could not do it. But that's why we called him Bones, because we giving him bones. But I think we strengthened up his bones, because now he's tall and he's pretty thick and he's strong and he owns his own business. He's a
One
plumber.
of them thick boys, huh?
He's a thick plumber boy. You got to be strong if you're a plumber.
Oh, but he's got great forearms. They got
Plumber,
everything
plumber,
about
and well water.
forearms and dexterity. For
Yeah.
plumbers, you know?
He's just solid. You know who he reminds me of? Like, remember, like, Joe. I don't want to say last names here. Remember, he was very tall and, like, kind of skinny, but he was, like, a very built, strong hockey player. So even though he wasn't, like, muscular big, he was someone I would not fuck with.
Or you could just say things like, hey, there was a guy like this. Like, I don't even know who exactly it is you're talking about.
No, but you need to know.
But I don't.
Yeah, but you need to know.
These past two sections are going to have so many bleep outs because you just keep using people's fucking names.
Yeah, but the person I was talking about before, nobody cares about him anyway. He's a cheater. It's been 25 years, but I haven't gone over it.
He probably remembers. He's like, oh, somehow he's going to stumble upon this video.
He's been stalking me for years.
He's gonna, I
waiting for me to
when
say
this
something.
Fucking ass. He accused me of cheating in the soapbox derby and all this other stuff.
I didn't accuse him. It was the refs or the officials or whatever, the Cub Scout Masters or whatever the hell they're called. I didn't accuse
Scout
them.
Masters.
They found it out. Actually, I think it was one of the other dads that figured it out, and it was like, that's the same car. And then they a little bit of the paint off, and it was the same fucking car from the year before. And they're like, "You're out of here."
God, dude.
Fuck that kid. Oh, can we say fuck?
We have been. Yeah.
YouTube doesn't care, right?
No, we can. I think as long as you're not getting paid for the episode.
Oh yeah, fuck it then, right?
Which we're definitely not. So.
Not yet. Just let you know, sponsors out there who don't care about fuck and saying last names of kids from Cub Scouts 25 years ago. We're game.
We are available. All right, so Mikey, final third. You're rounding the finish-ish of this cigar.
Yeah, it's
What are you thinking?
I think it got a little more. I don't even know what the term is, but a little more flavor towards the end.
A little flavor forward.
A little flavor at the end.
What kind of flavors? What do you got? What's your palate tasting?
I don't know. I mean, it tastes like a cigar. I mean, I really can't. I wish I could elaborate. I don't know what to say. It has more of a. When I say bitter, I don't mean that in a bad way. Because when I say bitter, I think of beer is bitter, and I like the bitter, I like coffee black, like bitter.
Yeah.
It's a little stronger. The flavor's stronger. I don't really know what the flavor is. It's still light, but it's a little more prominent. Like it's more noticeable. It tasted better. That's all I really got. I like it. I'm definitely gonna buy it again. It's not.
Well, that's what matters. As long as you like the damn thing.
I like it. You know, I'm a fan.
Camacho fan?
I'm Team Camacho all the way. Great labels too. Big fan of that.
I was just gonna say that again after I put this down. Was their labels? I like it. They're big. They're bold. They're bright. If you're looking at a bunch of cabinets or a walk-in humidor or whatever the case is, it has that label that really catches your eye.
I feel like they have a young marketing team that knows what
You can tell some.
knows what the bros want. You know.
It's cool. What the bros want.
Yeah.
There's a few companies that have like, even CAO. They're one of their newer ones. Is it the BX3?
That's one you like. With it's got like the cool colors on it.
It's like the graffitied X and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really cool to like it catches your eye. It just seems like more of a new age.
And even
thing.
the ones my favorites, the flatheads.
Yeah.
They're cool. Like they base them off like motorcycle engines and muscle car engines.
But they still look like it has a really cool.
It's very modern. That's what we're looking for. The modern. It says a modern.
It's
look
modern,
to it.
but it's not. It's modern, simple. Like because modern could also be like these crazy bright.
But
things,
it's simple.
'cause that's
yeah.
what was happening.
Simple modern.
Well, wow, what's the word I'm looking for? Because the whole idea of like the flathead with all the different engine stuff, like I want to call it like a genre, but it's you know what I mean. It's like the whole
that series or
something like yeah. Really cool idea, but like still like the labels aren't outrageous, but they're still like you look at it like, damn, that's pretty. That's a tight label.
Yeah, it's nice.
Tight
And
band.
and when we were looking, remember we were looking at the boxes, and their boxes were so cool. Like they had those special edition ones, like the V19 and the Steel Horse and that shit.
It's weird. It's weird because cigars have been around for a long time, and there's just like a lot of other things. You look at something and it has to appeal to you. I remember I bought a box. It was like 10 or 12. Was it the Maestro? It's a really nice white box, big bold green lettering.
Oh, the white box. Yeah.
I would just happen to be one night where I had one too many beverages. I decided that I wanted to add to my cigar collection and my humidor, and I saw that box, and I was like,
You bought the whole box. I remember.
I bought a box of them. I mean, it wasn't like a full box of 20, 20 plus, whatever. I mean, it's still like 10 to 12, but even still, I randomly just bought this box. I was like, because I like the aesthetic of the box.
Yeah.
I had some decent reviews, which is something I normally don't do. I'm like a sampler guy through and through.
Yeah, it makes
I
sense.
get samplers here and there all the time because I want to try everything. I love trying them all, no matter all the way from mild to the fullest of full. I love trying them all, and then I go from there. And that's how I found this one.
So that you
and I ended up buying.
will
a
buy
box of these.
regularly, like
Exactly.
the Flathead 554 that I like, the camshaft.
Right.
Speaking of that, that was something I was thinking of because you have the nice, big fridge style cooler humidor. I get a smaller one, like a 25 fit in there. But I was thinking, I was like, okay, I don't have a lot of space in my little apartment. But I was thinking, you know what I'm going to do? Because I do want to buy a box of those camshafts. I'm going to get a nice Rubbermaid sealed, buy the box, put it in there, and then store it away, and just so I have them.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be the cigar that I want to have all the time. So that's something you could think about doing. You have a small humidor, kind of like I have, 20 cigars maybe. Or if you have like the glass jar like your brother has, which is like maybe 10 to 15 depending on the size. But if you have something that you don't care about the display, you can take, as long as it's a sealed Rubbermaid or glass,
100%.
kind of, you throw that Boveda pack in there, leave it, store it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. You don't have to.
Absolutely.
What was it? What was the thing you told me when you got me that one? You have to season it. There's a whole process of seasoning it and all that.
The Spanish.
But this way,
desktop
you get
humidors.
you get like the Rubbermaid tin, Rubbermaid plastic bin, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, it'd be a bin, even some of the
And
smaller
as long as it has that
Tupperware.
rubber seal and it clamps and it closes, you don't need to season anything. Once you throw the humidity will be humidity instantly. It's nothing needs
Great
to
seal. The more and more I see, like a lot of people will have a nice desktop humidor, for example, or maybe even like one of those like smaller cabinets.
Yeah. Kind of has that angle where so they're displayed.
Just something nice, something cool. Like that's what they want. But then they have like a giant, like I'll go this way. One of those like giant, like
Yeah, like where you put a bunch of clothes in there, like for winter. You're putting winter clothes in there. Yeah.
It's like a 25-gallon Tupperware thing. A bunch of boxes, bundles and bags, whatever. And each like individual Ziploc would have one of the smaller Bovedas in it, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But you can't beat the seal. And as long as you got the right humidity, and every once in a while, I think something I saw more recently was when you kind of flap it. I'm going to say flap it open and closed. And it helped circulate some fresh air in there.
Okay, that's a good
It
idea.
helped get some
Yeah,
fresh
that makes
air in
sense.
there with the Boveda.
Maybe like once a week, just open it up real quick and
That's
close
exactly
it.
what it was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, once a week, I'm definitely gonna have to open it up because I'm gonna take one out.
Well, I was gonna say I saw something that said once a week, and I was gonna tell you right now, no matter what it is, it's getting open more than once a week.
Oh, I remember when you first
fishing
got that humidor.
What are the chances you think that fire truck is being picked up in here?
I bet it is because I was wondering if they
100%.
heard the weekly or the daily fire alarm around here because it's very old towny where we live, and we have that kind of classic firehouse does that siren
That's
when
what
it's
it
like
is.
at like
All
6
right.
o'clock siren or 7 o'clock or whatever. They
No,
do
it only does that when they're leaving the station.
Oh, they do it before.
That's the fire alarm.
So it's a
at the firehouse.
pre-fire alarm.
So like at the firehouse, I hope it's not too loud. They can still hear us, but
I kind of hope you can hear a little bit.
at the firehouse, they have the horn on the side of the building, and it blares, and it's right down the street, so it's you hear it.
It's very close.
And then all the engines leave from there. All the fire engines leave from there.
It's very loud though. You
It is.
definitely are going to hear it.
We're pretty close to them from here.
Yeah. And this mic, this mic's incredible, so it definitely picked it up.
Okay. All right.
I love that I'm praising this mic, but it's your mic. So if anything, I'm praising you for getting it. But anyway, yeah. So like I was saying about if you want to buy something, like I want to buy a box of those to have them whenever I can grab that Camshaft 554, which is my favorite. Oh, well, train horn.
We just had on the break this train game by.
That was
it
his,
was gonna happen again.
6:30. Yeah, it's probably the last commuter horn.
We'll just give it a second. Let's let the train go by. Because it has this one. It should. No, that might be it. Sometimes it does it twice because there's one block down from each other. There's two railroad crossings.
Yeah, because there's.
But he only did the one for both of them this time.
The White House and then North Branch. You probably heard the North Branch one, right?
I don't know.
We kind of hear it a little bit in the background now. Wonder if you hear it. Comment if you hear it. Like we're not going to listen to this and figure it out ourselves.
The video's starting to get dark now. The sun's finally going down. So what time are we at now?
Ooh, getting dark. I love it dark.
Dude, I can't wait. It gets dark early. It gets cooler. It's time for
That's true.
Hoodies, bonfires, dude. I'm excited.
Big bonfire guy right here. Mr. Bonfire himself.
That's not true. You know what? For the amount of bonfires I've had, for some reason I still suck at starting them.
Well, if you would have stayed with the Cub Scouts and gotten into Boy Scouts, you'd probably be pretty good at it.
That's what it was. If I became a Boy Scout,
yeah, you'd be a professional.
It probably would have been much better. Maybe next time. maybe I'll re-enlist into the Boy Scouts.
Re-enlist.
Re-enlist into the Boy Scouts.
There's that Marine guy. Well, that's our table. I guess that one's a little bit shorter.
I did notice that when I was putting these up. So just be careful leaning on that, I guess.
It must be a little shorter on that side, like a scotch. A scotch. Just a little scotch.
It's weird.
You know.
No, it's all fucked up.
Hey,
doesn't matter.
We're in the shed. What do you want? What do you want from us? We're just hanging out in
That was
the
loud.
shed.
We definitely have to adjust the volume for that part. What's cool is though, these planks at the bottom, they come out and this whole table folds down because we are in my shed.
One day we'll show you.
Sometimes I might have to use it for actual storage and I can't have a random table sticking out of the wall. No, so it's a nice little design. But video's getting dark. Sun's going down. My wife's home with dinner. Yeah, we're rounding the edges here. So I think that'll do it for our pilot episode / test.
I agree. I think we did.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job. I think I did a great job.
Okay.
What about you?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I don't even need to say. Just upload it. Let's go.
I mean, see, when it comes to the video and the audio, I mean, we got to get some shit up on the wall eventually. You know, we got to.
It's great stain though, right? Great stain.
It was great stain.
I know it looks good over here. Really good over here. I did a lot of this.
Okay.
On this side.
That's enough. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, hopefully it'll be the official episode 1
of
Sometimes We Smoke.